Yamaha presents the Whitetail Diaries, chronicling hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Join top whitetail hunters nationwide. Embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the whitetail deer.
You know, the excitement over planning a hunt sometimes is better than the hunt itself. I can't tell you how many times I've been laying awake in my bed thinking, man, I need to do this and need to do that. And I get goosebumps thinking about that trip I'm going on, where I'm going, what's gonna happen, what we're gonna see. And then the world falls apart. The plane's, you know, deterred or breaks down. You lose your luggage, you get stuck in the mud, the weather changes, you know, you forget this or that. Things just happen when you go on hunting trips, and you find that you're not successful. But the trip itself was fun and memorable, and a lot of times you remember those mishaps and those failed trips more than you do the ones that you're successful on. And that's kind of the story of this. You know, a couple years back, Steve Nessel, Yamaha, had gone to Kansas, literally jumped a booner when they were walking in.
It's pretty big. There was a giant 9-pointer.
After spending hours in the stand, saw it one other time, but never got a shot.
We still got some light left, but that big boy we chased out here when we got in about midday just came back through, but unfortunately, not where we needed it to.
As it came time to plan this year's hunt back to Kansas, he could not wait to get back there because he knew he was going to an area that had some big ones because he'd seen them. Let's look in on this year's hunt in Kansas with Steve.
Well, Yamaha's Steve Nessel has arrived back in Mound City, Kansas at Wheeler's Whitetail, and he's anxious to get out on the field and hopefully draw back his bow on the Kansas bruiser who eluded him last year.
In Kansas, you can see 5, 6, 125, 140-inch bucks, but at any time, a 200-inch buck can walk out.
I know they're here. I mean, there's no doubting that they're here. There's pictures all over the wall. There's deer all over this house, you know, as well as the internet and in magazines and in books. I mean, Kansas is a deer hunting destination.
For Steve's first afternoon hunt, he's heading out to a tree stand near a water source, a spot that he's heard good things about. When we return, conditions have changed, and Steve is hoping that so is his luck. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides, real world tough. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Garmin, the power of simple. And by Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852.
The Yamaha Viking, and introducing the all-new Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. Built for the hardest working people on earth. You.
Julie Golaski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
What if there was a camera that went where you went and shot what you shot? An action camera so easy to use you can concentrate on your hunt, not the hunt for the record button. A camera that let you add dimensions to your video, like speed, altitude, or even your heart rate, just before you let it fly. Life, camera, action. The Verb Elite HD Action Camera from Garmin.
The BUBBA Blade is the ultimate sportsman's knife and carving machine. The BUBBA Blade 9-inch Stiffy is fast becoming the preferred knife of the sportsman for carving up barbecue, big game, or anything else that needs cutting up. One cut and you're through. The safety guards help prevent your hand from slipping into the blade. The blade is made from high-carbon stainless steel for maximum sharpness, edge retention, and is razor sharp. The knife is Teflon coated, so the meat won't stick to the blade. The BUBBA Blade is built like a tank and is made to hold up under the harshest of conditions. We start with full tang construction to give the knife balance and extra strength. The handle is extra large and is made from solid thermoplastic polymer, then wrapped in a special synthetic rubber that gets sticky when wet, so your hands don't slip off the handle. So check out our website at www.bubbablade.com and order your BUBBA Blade today.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton.
Steve Nessel of Yamaha, he'd been to Kansas the year before and had a great hunt. Saw a giant, but never could get a shot. So he couldn't wait to get back to Kansas for another hunt. So let's see what's going to happen on this year's trip to Kansas.
Well, the first hunt here this year was fast-paced, action-packed until it was done, which was pretty much right away. We got set up on this place. It's good for a north wind, probably 10-15 minutes from camp, and just got in the stand. I mean, it probably wasn't 30-40 minutes before we were settled and just kind of getting ready for the ride. I mean, we were going to be there for a little while when I saw a doe off to my left, and got quiet, got still, made sure I didn't make any moves to chase her out, and probably 10-15 yards behind her, eventually into view comes this shooter buck. Again, it's like 3 o'clock, maybe 2:45, 3 o'clock, and he watched her. She came in out in front. He watched her. She didn't spook. He jumped. He was coming in. I had my bow down. I had my release, on, arrows on. Everything's ready to go, and I shifted just a tiny bit to get a better angle for the shot, and I didn't think about the doe. I don't think he knew what happened. He just followed her. She was, spooked enough. Didn't blow, but she bailed. She was gone.
I just messed up big time. That is absolutely heartbreaking.
Steve's Kansas hunt continued in a streak of hapless setups for a total of 7 more sits, and he never saw another shooter.
Our wraps in Kansas. It's tough hunting. We didn't see really any deer at all. We're gonna go pack it up, and then who knows? Maybe I'll come out for a third here. Trying to get on the ground in Kansas has been tough for me for sure.
Talked about how it might haunt me. Now he might come back, maybe we'll see him tomorrow night. We'll come back here, all the game planning and stuff, but yeah, it's haunting me because nothing happened. We didn't see any deer the rest of the time, pretty much. I mean, we saw deer, but nothing near worth shooting, and yeah, it's gonna haunt me for the better part of a year now until I get back and hopefully see another shooter.
You know, in hunting, you just never know. You never know when you're gonna be successful, and you never know when you're not. You can spend days and days, months, even years in some situations in some areas and never get a shooter buck. And in another situation, you can sit down in 5 minutes and knock one down. You just don't know. That's why it's called hunting. But the preparation, the planning, and the overall work that goes into a hunt, it's never boring to me. And I know most of you feel the same way, whether you're at the range practicing, whether you're making your food plots, whether you're just scouting, no matter what it is that you're doing, getting ready for the hunt is as exciting or more exciting to some than the actual harvest. You may totally strike out at one spot and then go to the next one and be done in minutes.
When the Whitetail Diaries returns, we head back to Texas for a little crossbow hunting.
If you'd like to keep up with the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries crew, see some of the behind-the-scenes action, as well as be eligible to win some of the prizes, such as the gear we use in the field, it's simple. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like, and one lucky person each year will join us in the field for a great hunt.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Stealth SS from 10 Point, the most compact crossbow we've ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
After your next successful deer hunt, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for venison with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the hunt at bradleysmoker.com.
Experience High-Vis, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. High-Vis lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose High-Vis. For camping, fishing, hunting, or anything outdoors, bring along Arctic Ice. Simply freeze these versatile cooler packs and they're ready to keep your food and drinks cold throughout your outing. Arctic Ice can maintain in a cooler 60% longer than the equal weight of regular ice, and with no more mess or soggy food. Arctic Ice is clean and easy. Alaskan Series can maintain a sub 40-degree cooler for days, and the Tundra Series can keep game frozen till it gets home. Preserve an Arctic refuge in your cooler. Choose Arctic Ice.
When it comes to racing big deer, Purina is the leader in deer nutrition research. Our Antler Max research and development team is committed to developing products that provide results in your deer management program with a difference you can see. If you're ready to take your deer operation to the next level, look no further than Purina's new and improved Antler Max Premium Deer Feeds. You can find them at your local Purina retailer. Purina Antler Max Premium Deer Feed, a difference you can see. Since 1976, Delta Ag has been an industry leader in plant health and nutrition. With our innovative concept and chemistry, Delta Ag produces healthier crops and improves yields. We formulate biostimulants and micronutrients designed to improve fertilizer efficiency and increase crop response to nutrients. Make your fertilizer go further with reliable products that work. Grow healthier crops from the ground up with versatile low-rate products. Delta Ag, improving plant performance. Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries, brought to you in part by Do All Outdoors, innovative gear for the hunter and shooter. High-Vis Shooting Systems, see what you've been missing. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Delta Ag, improving plant performance. Engel Coolers, a legend in reliability. The Whitetail Diaries crew is notorious for their focus on land management, and they're always scouting to find future hunting locations where they might be able to harvest a whitetail. When scouting new areas, the Whitetail Diaries crew trusts Garmin Electronics to provide insight into the area and mark possible new hunting locations. During a recent scouting trip, they erected a new stand in an area and Garmin's Ted Gartner marked where it was located and ways to get into the stand so that it would be easily accessible for anyone on future hunts.
All right, stands right here on the creek. Another ladder stand. You can get turned around pretty easy, and the stuff that kind of all looks the same, so I like to mark this stuff ahead of time. So I'm just gonna mark this. I'm gonna mark it at Lindsay ladder. This takes some time, but I really like to do it because otherwise all I've got is 001, 002, 003, and I can't remember what is what, so I'm pretty meticulous about naming my waypoints. And we're done. We got it marked. See right along the creek there. It's labeled as Lindsay Creek. Tree line on either side of it, so you know where you are around here too. We'll be back.
Back to the hunt.
All right, we're in for a little treat this afternoon. We're on a new piece of property we're hunting in South Texas that is pretty remote. I've been hearing about this stand for, well, the better part of the year, about how they had to wade a creek to get in to set up the stand for both the hunter and the cameraman. No one's hunted it. It's not getting fed, there's no cameras back there. We literally don't know what's coming in. We have an idea that there might be some free-ranging axis, there might be pigs, no idea on what kind of whitetail are back there. So we gotta go about probably a better part of a quarter mile. Got the Garmin Oregon right here because it's waypointed, and we gotta cut a trail in there with its help to get into this thing. Again, no one's hunted it yet. The only guys who know where it is are the guys who put it up. So I've never been in, so I'm gonna rely on the Garmin to get me in there. We'll waypoint the Viking for me before we leave, and then it'll bring us back too. And, all right, go. All right, we're at the creek crossing right now. Garmin says we cross pretty much right here, so I'm about to drop down in here and then skirt the other edge, probably a couple hundred yards before we get to the stands. So first waypoint, creek crossing. We get across, get over to the creek stand. I'll drop in right here, and then luckily there's no water, it's dry. There's a pond, but we'll be able to walk across the creek without having to wade across the creek. There we go. I can actually see. I can see the ladder stand. The camera guys can be in. Jeff's sitting in a ladder stand. I'm going to be in an actual tree stand squirrel my yard. We're literally 10 yards from it, so we're going to climb up. I'm actually going to turn off the Garmin. And then after that, I can definitely rely on it to get back out.
Steve was also able to use a Garmin handheld to get to this ladder stand and sat for the afternoon, but he didn't see any deer.
I don't know. We definitely have to go back to the drawing board for the morning because this did not turn out how we planned. We'll see. We gotta figure something out.
When the Whitetail Diaries returns, it's time for Steve to make a move and hopefully knock down a buck.
When I'm not hunting, I'm thinking about hunting. It's on my mind because it's in my blood. When the hunt calls, my TC Venture points the way. Accurate, reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Talks, stop the rain.
Stealth Cam gives you the edge on the most elusive bucks. Capture high-res stills, HD audio and video, or time-lapse imagery. Nothing escapes our sub-1 second trigger with our advanced multi-zone detection grid. With our energy-efficient design, one set of batteries will last up to a full year. Retina low-light sensitivity captures stunning nighttime imagery out to 100 feet. Get all the latest technology in our new G series of scouting cameras. The next generation of Stealth Cam has arrived, delivering technologies you need every hunting season.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the myth of the Yeti! The Angle High Performance Cooler, it's incredible! Just look at this lid, what a powerhouse! It's so freaking strong, so reliable, I just wanna boom! This silicone gasket's better than rubber!
Why, hello there. Are your base and sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes! After 10 days, still cold, still fresh. Let's see a Yeti do that. With Angle Coolers, it's official. The Yeti is busted!
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Vapor from 10 Point, the most technologically advanced crossbow ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
After your next successful hog hunt, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes dedicated to pork with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the hunt at bradleysmoker.com. Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton.
Sometimes you're just not successful. There's things that go wrong. Doesn't mean the area, doesn't mean that the outfitter didn't try. Sometimes things just don't work out. And so far, Steve's 0 for 2. Now let's start looking at another hunt that we've got coming up here. We're gonna spend some time looking at crossbow hunting. You know, crossbow hunting has exploded across the nation. Guys, gals, youth hunters alike are flocking to crossbows because they're fun to hunt. They're opening up new avenues, new ways that they haven't been able to hunt before, and there's new openings for seasons all across the nation. And that's what is driving the increased popularity of crossbows. It's a way for guys and gals and youths alike to get out and hunt more than they've ever been able to before. Myself personally, I have fallen in love with shooting the crossbows. You know, it's exciting to sit around the camp and shoot them. It's exciting to carry them out in the field, and I was able to even take several good bucks, and we'll be taking more with my crossbow as time comes on. Let's spend some time now for a little quick crossbow hunt and see if Steve can't break the jinx that he brought home from Kansas.
Well, it's actually early afternoon, my first day in camp. Getting ready for the evening hunt, gonna get out early because we're going to a honey hole off of the honey hole here on the Whitetail Diaries camp property. I love the honey hole. I've knocked down a couple of really big deer back there, but there's a special spot just in the edges of this special spot. So I'm told, first time for me. We're gonna hop in the Viking, get back there, and also new to me is this 10-point crossbow I'll be taking with me. I fired it a few times this morning, midday, and the shots will be anywhere from 20, 30 yards, and this thing is wicked. So it's all on me, really.
Steve's loading up in a 3-passenger Yamaha Viking, but Yamaha has something new in the world of side-by-side Vikings. Let's take a closer look. Whitetail Diaries presents Fully Loaded, getting you geared up from head to toe for every hunt. The all-new Yamaha Viking 6x4 with electric power steering was purpose-built to be the industry's first true 6-passenger off-road capable side-by-side vehicle. Now, it was designed from the ground up to meet the needs of today's consumer who requires superior performance from a work/utility vehicle, specifically in the areas of durability, reliability, ease of use, and cargo towing capacity. The Viking boasts optimized 6-passenger capacity and unsurpassed rider-driver comfort, as well as class-leading handling and off-road performance, all of which combine to make it the only side-by-side vehicle that can claim true utility-pointed design while still providing a fun, confidence-inspiring experience in a recreational setting. Built for the hardest-working people on Earth. You. To find out more about your next Yamaha side-by-side, visit YamahaOutdoors.com. Back to the hunt.
I don't know what I did to get on Wade's good side this year, or what I've done to get on Wade's good side whenever he's put me back in the honey hole, but I got lucky again this time, and he decided I was going to go back and not only hunt the honey hole, but hunt his honey hole off the honey hole. I guess he'd set up a cool little pop-up blind back in behind where the honey hole, you know, the far end corner of the honey hole is. And I didn't know about it. He's been kind of nursing this little area all year. Hasn't been hunting it really at all. I think maybe he sat there once. But he got it set up, he got this blind brushed in, and it's in a sweet spot. I mean, it's so nice. We're sitting in the blind, and some does came in pretty quick. You know, off in the distance, probably about 100 yards, we saw a deer, and you could tell, you know, it's a buck. Can't really see. I mean, there's brush and trees and shrubs everywhere. You can't really see if it's a good buck or not. And I could start to tell that it had some pretty good horns on it. It wasn't until he came to about 40 yards and turned and looked at me that my eyes just went saucers. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then it was about another probably 5 to 10 yards when I could feel Jeff almost, you know, probably do the same thing. And we were both like, he's good. And then, okay, is he a 3.5-year-old? Because if he is, then you got to decide, do you want to let him grow? I mean, it's a short fence property, so there's a lot of decisions to be made. There's people hunting on both sides, you know, and so you got to take your chances. And 3.5's a mature deer, but if he's got an opportunity to grow into a monster, 4.5, 5.5, you got to think about it. Maybe even talk about it. So, you know, we gave it a minute. He walked in, and then he turned sideways, and for me, I thought immediately probably 4.5, maybe 5. You know, he looks mature, and I looked at Jeff, and Jeff kind of could sense that I was looking at, you know, what kind of question was on my mind. I said, yeah, he's a shooter. We had moved a little bit earlier where we had this one good spot that if he stood there, we both knew we could get at him. And luckily for us, he stopped there and he was a little quartering away. And Jeff said, I have him. And so I took him.
Make sure this thing's all dialed in. Whoa. So I think I smoked him, not to use a weight phrase, but I think I smoked him. Man, that was awesome.
You're all smiles. After a hunt like that, you're all smiles. And Wade even told me, he's like, I must like you. I'm going to sit you back there tonight. And a little smile came across my face. I don't care what I did to get on your good side. You might let me know what it is so I can continue to get opportunities like this. And it paid off. The honey hole lived up to his name this year. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Look at this dude. Oh, man. This is great. Nice mature buck. In the honey hole of the honey holes. I'm gonna get the Viking and get him loaded up and go back and be back before dark and probably surprise Wade and the rest of people right there. This is awesome. You kind of feel bad because guys are coming back, they either, you know, didn't see anything or didn't see a shooter and you're smiling. It's like, how long you been back? I mean, again, it never happens like that. So you kind of have to live it up when it does, but it was another good honey hole experience for sure.
Well, congratulations, Steve. That was another successful entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Hey, thanks for watching. Join us next week, won't you, for another exciting entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.
If you'd like to keep up with the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries crew, see some of the behind-the-scenes action, as well as be eligible to win some of the prizes, such as the gear we use in the field, it's simple. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like, and one lucky person each year will join us in the field for a great hunt.
Always wear eye protection.